Like,
Oh
dude, there
yeah,
was something
yeah,
different about Windows 7 when that
for
shit came
sure.
out. That
No,
was game changing, dude. That was
there's
game
I
not.
changing.
think XP is
Windows
probably the best.
7 is
I
just
really like
still on
XP.
anyone's computer who's over 62. That is why Windows 7 wins the game.
Yeah,
Like, it's been out of security updates for like a year and a half now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so stable. It's so like
No,
when it came out, it was better. It was way better than XP. Like XP was
well,
nothing
yeah,
compared to Windows
yeah.
7.
Yeah,
Like,
To be fair, it was 2 generations later.
yeah, but like, well, Danny was just saying XP was lit, and I was like, no, dude, Windows
yeah.
7 was so much
XP,
more lit than XP.
true.
It was, it
Yeah,
was,
I
it
mean,
was totally
Windows
different for
7
some reason.
felt pretty much like computers do now. They're just slower.
Yeah,
yeah. It's just
I think it
updated.
was like
Just
It was
updated
the
very
version.
first
similar though to the
like truly
interface.
it was like the modern edition of OSs, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how like everything looks now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Like XP was definitely a bit different from that. XP was
Yeah.
like this Windows interface goes back to 95.
yeah, yeah.
Like XP wasn't bad. I used to have XP.
It was
Good
bad.
old
It
Windows
wasn't bad,
XP.
I fucked with XP.
It was
In my
just everything
opinion,
was
in my
pastel.
opinion, like there was just a leap when 7 came out.
Yeah, it was just
and then
a new
everything.
There definitely
generation.
was.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
still impressive. Microsoft, even to this day in 7, cannot have a working Windows search feature.
Yeah,
But
because
it's
remember
a-
when like 8 came out and like 8 was like fucking shitty.
Is
You know
7
what I'm saying?
like,
Like that made 7 that like made 7 even better. You know what I'm saying?
well, yes. They 8 was a huge miss.
yeah.
There was that was like they tried to do this whole mobile thing, did not work out.
Yeah, they were integrating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the first Surface generation.
Yeah,
I
that was
think.
like the was
it
it like
came out with the Surfaces.
You remember the Motorola one too? There was a Motorola one where you could put like a droid. I think it was like it turned it into like a tablet with a keyboard. That shit was
Yeah,
sick.
you hooked up the
Yeah.
Droid, right?
Yeah.
you hooked it up.
It was like
Dude,
the
and there was
first
also
like
the Nokia phone that came out, right? And that had the Windows on it. Wasn't that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
no, well,
yeah.
the
The first
Windows phone came out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Windows phone. Yeah,
Windows
yeah, yeah.
phone was sick,
Microsoft
too.
Windows Phone.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
Nokia also did have one though.
No,
With, like,
other
Windows
companies
software.
then had like Windows operating system
Yeah,
phones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which stuck around for a
Even
very short
was
period
Sony?
of time.
Sony had
No.
Microsoft.
Sony's always been flavors of Androids,
Was it Android?
as far as I'm aware.
True.
I think the
Did
Xperia,
Sony have
right?
one? Maybe Sony did have one.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I swear they had something like that too. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. That was a cool time in tech though, where it was like everyone was making a phone and it was just the most randomest stuff.
yeah.
Like there was a Sony phone
It's
that
still
had
that
like
time. They're just all Android now.
yeah, that is true. Nothing is still out there.
It's just they all run the same
Yeah.
software.
OnePlus.
Parse, is that real information though? Like Windows 7 is still the most installed operating system?
I'm not sure. We can take a look.
I'm just curious because like everyone's getting hacked. They haven't had a security update in like a year and a half.
Damn.
Everyone, it's open. Like no one should be on it.
Dang.
And I get like there are stragglers. There should be like a small percent, but it should not be winning. If it's winning, I thought Windows 10 had taken it over a while ago, but
Yeah, because like now it's probably just old people who just don't know how to update their computers. They probably have
yeah.
it. Like realistically.
Actually, I'd argue against that. Microsoft really wants you to upgrade. It's hard to not.
Yeah,
So they
true.
tend to be on
They have
Windows
that little
11.
like that box that pops up.
On my desktop, every once in a while when I turn it on, right before the lock screen, it takes me to a Windows that says, would you like to upgrade to Windows 11 for free? And then has a giant button that says, yes, upgrade me now. And then has
Dang.
tiny highlighted text in the other corner that says, no, I'm okay. So you click that one, and then it takes you to another page that's like, are you sure? Here's why upgrading is better.
Damn.
And it
that's
has another tiny
wild.
no button.
That's wild.
Some people can't
it
even
doesn't
find the
say-
no buttons.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't say which operating system. It just says Windows. But I
What's-
can't find which exact one is the one that's most down.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, we should welcome to another episode of Better Than
Facts.
Cable. How's everyone doing? We got Ananya, me, and Pars in the house here.
What's up?
And yeah, we were
Yeah.
just talking here about some old reminiscing memories of Windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, just been. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
But
Man, what's everyone dropping? Let's start there. Should we start with that?
Me and Ananya
Can we
got
end
this
on that?
cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do end on that now. My bad. My bad. Bobby, what's the first topic?
This is what happens when Josh is in
when
here.
Josh is in here, man.
Our
Yep.
intros get afted.
Yeah. Bobby,
It's
shoot
just the
it.
intros. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's the issue. What
That's-
was our first topic though?
That we were just talking about?
No, that you were about to bring up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like in the middle of a sentence. I just threw us in there. But no, yeah. If you guys didn't see this past week, SpaceX, they had a failure on a Falcon 9, which rockets failed, but they had a 326 consecutive successful launch streak, which is like insane because I think before that it was like 12 or something.
Dang.
Because
that's
rockets
pretty legit.
used to blow up a lot.
Yeah.
And the failure wasn't even that bad. They were launching more Starlink satellites, and they had an oxygen leak in the upper stage. So the booster was totally fine. It was the upper stage.
True.
And they had to do 2 burns, and it actually made it through the first burn fine, but then wouldn't restart. So they failed to reach the final orbit, and I think all 20 of the Starlink satellites ended up burning up.
Dang.
But yeah, the Falcon 9's grounded now.
Yeah.
So they have to do a little investigation, but I think SpaceX is going to apply for, you can like apply for the FAA to allow you to fly temporarily or like non-human critical missions. So like they could launch satellites.
Yeah, but like they're never launching humans, right? Like
No, they
everything's
do.
been-
They're the only way the U.S. has to launch humans right now. Starliner just got
really?
approved,
What?
but Starliner's more like, oh, I wouldn't.
So
wanna
have they
be
done
on
a
that.
human launch recently?
Yeah, they do trips to the ISS.
Yeah. Back and
Oh,
forth.
so that was when this last ISS trip, I think weren't they trying to like save some astronauts? Haven't some astronauts been up there for too long or some shit? Wasn't there
There
something
was.
going on with
I
that?
can't. I don't remember exactly what happened. I like had learned about this at some point.
Yeah, I had heard about that, but I wasn't sure what happened.
They launched the 8th crewed mission on March 3rd, 2024. That's a
Oh yeah,
horribly
that's hella
dated.
recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was a human launch.
Well, no, I think they've launched more than that. But they had another one coming up very shortly.
Yeah.
damn.
But there was a problem with or I don't think any astronauts were stuck. There's a problem with Starliner at the space station. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think it was going to have an issue.
I think there was 2
reached.
of them that were stuck up there or something, right?
Well, it was just an empty ship, though, because they were testing.
Oh.
I don't think anyone was stuck, as far as I know. But the Starliner was going to have an issue re-entering because of a problem with, like, control. So it was going to have trouble, like, orienting itself correctly to re-enter the atmosphere. I believe is what happened. I'm not too positive. But, yeah, that thing is hilarious. That thing is, like, $4 billion in years behind. And it just got certified, and it's been having problems on launches for like the past 4 years, and I don't think they're ever gonna launch anyone with it.
That's
I
wild.
found it. So, yes, 2 astronauts were recently stuck on the ISS for
Oh.
longer than originally planned due to issues with Boeing's Starliner spacecraft.
Okay.
True.
The astronauts are Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams. They launched to the ISS on the Boeing Starliner capsule on June 5th, 2024. And they're scheduled to return to Earth about 8 days on June 14th. However, there are technical problems with the Starliner aircraft.
Yeah. Okay, so
Damn.
there were people on it when that happened.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, so this thing, that actually, I think, is the certification flight, which I don't know how it passed with that, unless they did another one and it went better. But Like,
Dude, who knows with Boeing?
the
That's
whole
crazy though. Imagine
Yeah.
being
the
the-
whole feeling about it is like no one will ever put an astronaut in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also ridiculously expensive.
Dude, this proves again that Boeing is trash, dude. What is Boeing doing?
Bro,
Dude? What the
Boeing
hell?
is gonna fall apart. They're going
Dude,
away, dude.
They're putting
They
they
do
literally put some
nothing well.
astronauts at risk now. Like,
yeah.
what are you guys doing?
Legit.
Well, it's like what the company is being investigated left and right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think they have like supervision in all the factories now for
Yeah.
quality control.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
They got
Like they're
to.
enforcing
They have
quality
to,
control.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is wild. And they,
Dude, they were
have
saying
to
they
make
they,
like half as many planes a month or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Dude, they were
wild.
saying they were like duct taping the doors together and shit like that, dude. I was like,
What?
dude, that's crazy.
I don't think
That's
that.
wild.
Dude,
I don't
yeah,
think
so
that.
apparently, you know that hatch door that
Yeah.
fucking flew off?
Yeah.
They said they just taped it back on. That's
No.
what they said.
Dude,
That is
Yeah.
not what happened.
dude, no way.
Dude, that's legit what happened, dude. Wait, let me look this up.
no way.
It was on without any tape because it goes in without any tape. The door plug does. And it locks in place a little bit. Not
Yeah.
enough to stay in place at 30,000 feet when the aircraft is pressurized. And there are 2 retaining bolts that have to be put in. Those bolts were not put in.
Dude, that's crazy. Dude.
That's wild.
They didn't
man.
So
the
that's what
bolts in.
happened. No one went back and checked if the bolts were there.
That's
No one
crazy,
duct taped a panel to a plane. That would have failed
Oh.
so much quicker.
So apparently they use
They use
tape, not duct tape.
what they use like there's this special aviation tape that's like stainless steel tape that they'll use on the outside
Yeah.
on seams to reduce drag. And people like freak
Yeah, they-
out about that thinking they're trying to tape up the plane. But it's just to
So-
like reduce drag over a big seam because panels don't fit perfectly.
Yeah, so that's what they're saying. They're caught using speed tape, is what they call it apparently, speed tape
Yeah.
or some shit. And then there was some minor repair, and then they're caught like just taping that shit together. So yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know.
What
That
what
shit's
was
crazy.
the minor repair?
I don't know. It was something on the wing or something.
It could have been, I mean, to be fair, like
Yeah.
with that much information, it could have been a broken clip for a wire and they taped the wire.
Yeah, who knows, right? Like, who knows what it was? but-
Like,
dude, that was I literally saw like it was just a tweet. It was probably misinformation, right? Like if they like duct
But-
tape like the door.
Yeah.
I
They're
watched
in the-
like a
I
feel
lot
like
of
if you had to
videos
take
on
off, that
that,
shit would
and
fly off.
no one I watched ever said it was duct
Dude,
tape.
that'd be-
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be crazy, dude. That thing-
Dude, yeah. There's no way that shit even takes
Parse,
off.
if it was that bad, it would have happened on like a lot more
yeah,
planes.
no, exactly. Like, there's no
There would
way.
be doors flying off left and right. People would be prepared for it. They'd have oxygen masks of
Dude.
their own.
Imagine. Oh. That'd be wild.
dude.
Then Boeing comes out with the
would
convertible
also,
plane.
Convertible
right when the door
plane.
comes off, your ears would pop too, right? Like the pressure would get fucked, right?
Oh yeah, so the plane's at pressure. The second the
yeah.
door pops off, all of the air rushes out that hole as quick as it
Yeah.
can. And then you end up at the pressure of where the aircraft is.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
above 15,000 feet, you have to descend or you'll get hypoxia.
Damn.
Dude, that's crazy. And yeah, and usually you're at like what 35,000 feet, something like that, right?
Yeah, you can make a safe descent down in time that no one will get
Yeah.
hypoxia, especially with the assisted oxygen that drops.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you're likely if some shit goes wrong, like, you know, the plane's gonna drop anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I mean that's
the plane's already
not
dropped.
ideal. But once you're below, like if you're at 10,000 feet and the door's blown
Yeah,
off, it's gonna be windy and loud, but everyone
Yeah.
inside can breathe and will be fine
Yeah.
as long as they don't get sucked out.
Dude,
Like don't take off your
Facts.
seatbelt and walk around.
Yeah. But damn.
But Boeing's had
That's
other
just-
issues too.
Boeing, man. Fuck Boeing, man.
This is
For
all
real.
like it's been building up for the past like
Yeah.
8 years. Like ever since the
Dude, it's
first
just-
Max crash.
Yeah. It's just like this year, what there was like 5 incidents or something like that, right?
Well, they were all spawned,
Yeah.
or most of them were spawned by that Alaskan Airlines incident.
Yeah.
So the
facts,
Alaskan
facts.
Airlines incident grounded 737 Maxes, and they went and do inspection, and they found other stuff wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then something I think did happen with another plane. I don't remember what it was. But I think something did happen to another plane.
Well, so one I remember, the landing gear didn't come down,
Yeah,
and then they had to
that
like
was like
land without the landing gear.
that was like
So that was one.
Pennsylvania or
That
some
was
shit.
that was a recent one too.
I didn't even see
But yeah,
that. That's
all,
crazy.
Yeah.
dude, all sorts of shit has been going down this year.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
Yeah,
hell? Dude? Like,
Well,
yeah,
Bowen's
that
just
one was
messing up.
wild. That one was
dude,
wild.
2024 has been a wild year, man.
Bro.
I mean, like even
what the
just for Boeing, like that's
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there has been other
no,
stuff
literally
going
just in
on.
Boeing
No one
events.
else has
Just in
caused
Boeing
this
events.
many problems.
like, dude.
Damn.
Like the craziest part is like, dude, we should be the most advanced right now. That's what should be happening. Like the most cutting edge shit should be going down right now.
Well,
But like they can't even keep planes in the air right now. That's what's crazy. It's like,
well,
what the heck?
to be fair, like they can keep planes in the air. It's all the red tape they're getting
Yeah,
wish-washy around. The MCAS accidents happened because they didn't want to have the planes have to have pilots recertified because it would have cost airlines more and they would have got less orders. So they're cutting corners to make things cheap or to turn a bigger profit. The CEO got like $140 million raise last year,
Yeah, dude, I saw it.
That's
I saw
wild.
like Congress or someone was like questioning
grilling him about
like,
that
on it, right?
raise.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was like, "What do you do?" And he couldn't answer.
Damn. That's
Dude, that's just the
wild.
funniest shit ever. Like,
That's wild.
imagine not being able to answer what you do for your job. That's
I don't know. I think he said like administrative tasks. but,
Administrative
Yeah.
task.
It's like, bro, answer the
he
question.
didn't have a good
properly.
answer. Well, no, because he doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
He actually,
Like
he
that's
actually
the
does
whole
jack
point.
shit.
He's giving himself
He
a
actually
raise
does
to
jack
do
shit.
nothing. And
That's
the
wild.
the question
Wild.
he was asking him was actually
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why did you give yourself this when you could have given every one of your employees a $20,000 raise?
Yeah, yeah.
And instead they're working paycheck to paycheck and are not motivated, which is causing these quality control issues to an extent.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably doing it too. In addition.
So
Especially,
that's
like-
where he was going with that. But he's like, that's a ridiculous raise to give yourself when your company had so many events in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
wild, man. That's wild.
There was recently there was a company, I can't remember what company it was, like apparently they told everyone in the company, yo, there's gonna be like no promotions this year. So then everyone was just chilling, dude. They didn't care. All the employees were like, dude, F you then. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chill then, dude. I was like, dude, yeah, like when there's no incentive to do better, then it's like, what are you gonna do? Just
Yeah.
chill, man. Like
Yeah, dude.
No,
That's
it makes
crazy.
a difference.
yeah.
Or like, apparently stuff at Boeing was like really bad environment too. I mean, they had like 8 whistleblowers come out.
Yeah.
And
dude.
then they started
Yeah.
killing off the whistleblowers.
Yeah.
The shadiest one was the whistleblower committed suicide. And it's like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Well, like 3
What?
or 4 of them died.
That's wild.
It wasn't just one. Like 3 or
Oh,
4
was
of
it
the
3?
people who whistleblower
Yeah.
How many
died.
of them?
They got
It was
murdered.
multiple. I don't know exactly
Wait,
how
how
many.
many, dude? Wait, we gotta find this out. Wait,
No,
this is actually crazy.
I think Bobby's
How many
right.
of
It
them?
was like legit 3 or 4 of them just disappeared, or like disappeared. It was crazy.
Let's see. I'm literally looking up how many died. Let's see. Oh shit, two confirmed are fucking dead.
Yeah.
2 are dead. Dude, that's crazy. From this year,
Yeah.
they both died this year.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
god.
they
So
both
Joshua
both
Dean.
died shortly after the investigation started.
Oh my god, dude, this is
That's
crazy.
wild.
Joshua Dean, a former quality auditor
Yeah.
at Spirit Aerosystems, died on May 2nd, 2024.
God damn.
Yeah.
Right? And then John Barnett, 62, Boeing quality control engineer, died on March 9th, 2024.
Mhm.
Dude, this is insane, dude.
That's wild.
How did they both die this year? And those were both the guys that were like, yo, some shit's going down.
Yeah.
It
some
also it stopped the investigation because they were both the witnesses.
shady. Damn.
Wait.
That's
Wait, are you
wild.
serious?
Well,
That's
that
wild.
specific investigation, yes. There's a lot of investigations into Boeing going on. But
Dude, that's crazy, dude. That's like real life,
like mafia
like
shit.
gangster.
no, that's
Yeah.
like Boeing definitely probably did something here.
That's
I don't know what they
wild.
did.
Or at least to one of them,
Silenced
right?
them,
Maybe like
yeah.
one of them died by themselves, and then they took out the other one. They're like, "Yo, let's just do it."
Maybe
Like,
they did one, and then the other guy was freaking out so much.
yeah, I mean, okay, so the first guy died of pneumonia
Yeah, in
and
the
a
summer.
severe bacterial infection,
Yep.
and the second guy died of the suicide.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
They just
Dude,
gave
maybe
him
the first one
diseases.
died of
Yeah.
pneumonia, right, or some shit, and then wait, no. So I think the first one was the suicide.
No, first was pneumonia and the bacterial infection.
Yeah, you could always just inject someone with some shit though.
Yeah.
Just
No,
walking
but
past
so
someone.
one was the suicide was March 9th, and then the bacteria was May 2nd. So the first one was the suicide.
That
I don't
also,
know.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you could always. I'd never
Oh,
trust
no,
the suicide.
dude, it was a severe bacterial infection. Maybe they just poisoned him.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
no, exactly,
Could
exactly.
have just given him bacteria.
Injected some.
Dude,
Fed him
this is
some.
Put
ridiculous.
it in the
man.
water
What's
next
the
to his
probability?
office at work.
Yeah,
What's the probability both of them die? It's
Yeah.
impossible. That's
Yeah.
impossible, I think, in my opinion.
Right as they're needed
Like,
yeah,
Most,
yeah.
facts.
in the Boeing investigation.
like as they say, there's no such thing as coincidences in a crime, right? Like,
yeah, dude.
there's no way that happened. You know
To
what I'm
be
saying?
honest, they need to be like shut down, but
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. That can't happen. That would be horrible. There's only like 2 airline manufacturers, and the other one can't make airplanes fast enough
Well,
to deliver all the
Airbus.
airplanes.
best case
And-
scenario,
yeah.
I think best case scenario, they go bankrupt and someone buys them.
I don't know if that
Right.
would solve it. So this all started in the 2000s. They merged with McDonnell Douglas. I think I've said
Yeah.
this on here before. But they merged with McDonnell Douglas, and most of the managing partners that existed after that were from McDonnell Douglas. Instead of
Yeah.
the old Boeing regime that had created all these planes through the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
So at that point, the mindset in Boeing started shifting towards efficiency, make things quick, make things cheap, and turn a bigger profit. Like, don't make it cheap to the end consumer, make it cheap to make.
Yeah.
And that's where they started having that mindset, and the mentality in the company changed. A bunch of people left, I think.
Yeah, like they lost their edge basically. Like they just decided to more industrialize and scale rather than like keep the
Well, they were
quality
just
high.
only concerned with turning bigger profits.
Yeah, so they're
it
just
no
scale-
longer
they
mattered how
overscaled,
good
basically,
the
like-
product was.
Yeah. And then their quality went down because they scaled too much.
No, but it's not a scaling issue. Like, the mentality literally went like an engineer goes up to his boss and is like, hey,
Yeah.
this might be a problem, but it's going to take some time to fix. It might slow things down. No, we're going to leave it.
Oh, like that type of thing. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Damn.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
plane
like they're
needs
just
to come
cutting
out. It needs to be delivered. We're going to leave it. It should be
yeah,
okay.
Cutting out stuff.
They'll be fine
Just
without
delivering.
it.
So there was like
Ooh.
pressure in the engineering divisions not to speak up about things, and
That's crazy.
But
That's
that's my
crazy.
issue with like the FAA too, right? Like, so how come there isn't an initial regulation to do like some kind of diagnostic check on all the features that come out on these planes?
well, there is, but the things that fail are like weak points after thousands of hours, not brand new planes coming off a line that have to pass checks. Like, they
Well-
make it through all the testing that's required to certify the airplane fine. That's never been the problem.
Yeah, I
the
guess
the
maybe-
737 Max has, and the 777 has had some problems now.
Well, yeah,
But-
like wouldn't they critique like the design flaws that we saw, right? Like we're talking about like the redundant sensor or something, right? Like what was
The
Something like
MCAS?
yeah.
So the MCAS was made so on the 737 Max they fitted giant engines compared to the previous ones.
Yeah.
Because big engines push a lot more air, they're a lot more efficient. Your fan spins slower, less noise, all around better. So they wanted to put these big engines on. They're actually GE Leap engines, I believe. But anyway, they wanted to put them on. But the 737's so low, and the reason for that was you can load baggage without stairs.
True.
And it's easy to access for maintenance, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to lose that part of the 737. So they moved the engines forward and up in front of the center of gravity of the plane. So that means every time the engines are creating thrust, they're pushing the nose of the plane up. So MCAS was designed to push the nose back down if the plane was ever getting close to a stall situation, to avoid the plane stalling.
Dude, I do remember learning about this in my aerospace classes.
Now,
learn about this shit.
Boeing didn't want to have pilots recertified, so they failed to include this in documentation. There was no training on how to turn it off or what it did. It was not told to pilots. So the planes that went down, the pilots had no idea what was going on. They were just trying to pull back, and the system was forcing it forward. And they could have just turned it off with one button, but they didn't know where that button was.
That's insane.
Because if Boeing had included it, they would have had to recertify pilots to fly on it.
Dude,
That's insane.
that's crazy, man. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Damn.
Oversight. Yeah, I guess like maybe it's still not possible to see some of this stuff, but I'm like, damn, like you should be able to though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are we right now with this technology? We need to make this shit better.
I mean, planes are way better. It's just like, software faults when you're trying to hide something, it's, I don't know if you're really actively developing it or what, like, if you have 100 people on staff working on MCAS and you aren't telling anyone about it so the FAA doesn't make you recertify pilots, how long until one of those 100 people says something to the wrong person about MCAS?
Yeah.
And Airbus has a very similar feature, like it won't let you stall the plane in certain modes. Like, absolutely will not pull back as hard as you want. It will not let you stall the plane. They just included that, and pilots are trained to work in those modes. Like,
right.
You just have to tell people.
Yeah.
But they avoided that to save time and money.
That is crazy.
That's just like human bullshit,
Yeah.
Just greed. That's literally just greed.
Yeah. There are also issues like they've had. So their 777X was supposed to be out, the Boeing Dreamliner. That's now delayed as far as I'm aware, because they were inspecting the fuselages, and where they come together, there's like a big ring of rivets that have to go around to join the sections. And they were finding at Spirit that they weren't being manufactured right, so they didn't fit properly, so the holes didn't line up.
God damn.
So they were drilling out the holes, making them bigger to make them line up, and then riveting.
Oh my god, dude.
So they weren't even like they were ruining the precision machining on these parts, and just like
how precision if it didn't fit in the first place. But yes, I mean it's a composite thing. It's not. I don't even think it's machining. I think it's a molded part.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they weren't lining up. Like it was actually, I believe it was the aft pressure bulkhead and the last section of the cabin were not fitting together correctly. So it's also like the place where the pressure is the strongest.
Yeah. Damn, man, that's wild. That's wild.
Companies are such clowns. Like like Spirit, like Frontier, like especially like when you get to the airline stuff, you're like, dude, these.
Well, the airlines are fine.
Yeah.
The airlines just buy and operate the planes.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair, Spirit, they're all old planes. They're all totally airworthy. They keep up on maintenance. Like, Spirit isn't out here being the one with planes falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
True.
I think Southwest has had more high-profile failures from 737s.
Yeah, Southwest, I think, has had the most, right? Like,
I don't know.
Honestly,
Southwest flies a lot of 737s, though.
Southwest and United, I think United has a lot of Boeing planes.
But I mean, like, some of them aren't the design of the plane, like a blade in an engine fails.
Yeah.
It's probably more on maintenance than the design of the plane.
Yeah.
So stuff like that too, like it's not always because of how the plane was made. It's just that all of these recent ones are.
Yeah, all these recent ones definitely were bad.
I didn't hear about the landing gear not coming down though. That's wild.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that one was crazy. That one was crazy. Yeah, because didn't they say it's like the I think the flap opened up, but then the actual wheel wouldn't come out. Like they just had like the door to it open up or something.
Yeah, so like the landing gear doors
Yeah.
open, but it wouldn't come
It just
down.
wouldn't. Oh, God damn.
Was
just,
it
like,
all of
stuck.
them or just one of them?
I can't remember. I know like I remember seeing in a picture that the front one didn't open up, but I can't remember if like any of the back
Or
ones
a
did.
Delta flight to Atlanta declared an emergency before landing due to a nose landing gear issue. Yeah, so like the nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then they probably landed with all the wheels up.
Yeah, they just landed. I think they just landed like without the front, basically.
They probably did without any of them. Because
Yeah,
if you
that
did
was
without the
random.
front, it would be like pointing down into the ground on the runway.
No, that's what it's nosedive, right?
Yeah, I wonder how they. I
Did
wonder how
they?
they.
I thought it
I
was.
think I saw the video. I think
I mean,
Yeah,
I
'cause
didn't
I remember
see
seeing
it.
the
I
front
would
one
just
was
be
missing.
surprised if they used the rear wheels. I think you'd want to not to. Like, you're going to destroy the plane
they
either
did.
way. This plane
they
is not.
They used the real wheels.
Oh, interesting.
Rear
Rear
wheels.
wheels.
Let me send you a picture.
Yeah, no, send a
Yeah.
picture over. I definitely want to see that.
Yeah. Damn, yeah, just straight nosedive.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was this FedEx plane. Yeah, dude. It was this
It
freaking
did
FedEx
land with the
plane.
gear
I mean,
down. I mean,
packages.
yeah.
Yeah, it didn't. It
Yeah.
didn't have the
Interesting.
front landing gear come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily it was just the. I'm guessing it's just the pilot and maybe some crew on that one. But yeah, luckily it wasn't like a passenger one, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's wild.
I mean-
that's wild.
Same
Crazy.
planes.
Yeah.
And to be fair, landing gear not coming down might not be up to how it was made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some things happen. Someone
Yeah,
put the wrong
that
grease
one-
in something.
Yeah.
There are, right? Like it could be the
Hydraulic
plane
line
or it could
broke.
be
You don't know.
yeah.
That's a
knows?
little different than a door
Mhm.
falling off.
Yeah.
For sure.
facts. Facts.
Like, that's happened to other planes too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one seems like a more common issue. Like it's a moving part. Any moving
Mhm.
part
Yeah.
Mhm.
can fail at some point.
Well,
Yeah.
so Airbus used to have this problem with the earlier 320s where
Yeah.
sometimes the front wheel would come down and get stuck sideways
Oh,
instead of
damn.
forward. So you can go find a bunch of videos
That's
of Airbus
wild.
A320s landing with the front wheel sideways. And it's
Yeah.
fine. Like, it just lands on the landing gear support structure, like the shock and stuff. And that
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
break. And it just skids down the runway on that after it
Breaks.
eats through
Yeah,
the
it just
tires and
breaks.
everything.
Damn.
Yeah.
But it also destroys the runway. It leaves a giant groove.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, landing gear stuff happens. I don't think any of those Airbus ones ever caused a problem. Like, all the planes were fine. They just needed new front landing gear. And they fixed it after an investigation. Like, they were
Right.
able to update all the planes and they're all good now. Hasn't happened in a while.
Dude.
But, like, that not coming out could also be, like, I don't know. It could be a lot of things.
Yeah, dude. Who knows, dude? Maybe there's someone holding on in there. You know?
I'm sure we could go find out what happened. Like, I just didn't know that it happened.
That goes back to our Batman's barber idea, where there's someone
Yeah.
holding on the landing gear.
Just- yeah.
That'd be wild, dude. Imagine it doesn't come out and then it has to crash and you're on the landing gear. You know, like, yo, that's crazy, dude.
This is nosedives.
I mean, I don't think you could hold it. Like, it's heavy.
Yeah.
I also don't think you would
Oh,
hang
yeah.
on. I don't know what would happen to you, but if you were on the landing gear, like hugging it as it came down, I think you get launched off.
No, what they say is basically, people have tried it, right? Like people have died. Like I think they said
Crazy mofos, man.
everyone who's tried it has basically died.
Yeah, that's what I just said, I thought.
they end up freezing and passing out, and then by the time the thing opens, they just fucking fall out and they just fucking die.
Okay, well that sounds like bad preparation. Why are you in there when it's freezing?
Bro.
Don't go in there. Like, you can get down there from the inside of the plane. Don't go down there while
Wow,
it's freezing. Go down there once you're low enough that it's not freezing.
No, I mean they held on when the plane was taken off, type of shit, right? Like, so,
like tried to stow away.
and yeah, so like
I
they like
gotcha.
grabbed on when the plane was taken off.
That
And then
makes sense.
They
They
went
were
inside, and technically you're fine when you're in there.
no.
But it's too cold and it's too high, right? And then they just
Yeah.
fucking.
Well, yeah, you go brain dead from hypoxia,
Yeah.
and then so they were dead before the landing gear.
Yeah, and then they just go splat on the ground. You
Yeah.
know, like.
That was a great description there. Okay, I guess
Damn.
it's unfortunate
There goes.
they didn't
splat.
consider that when they climbed on board the plane.
I mean, who would?
I'm also like, I think you'd
First
get
thought.
crushed by some of the landing gear.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah, no,
folds up
facts.
into a tight space.
Facts,
You know,
facts.
I don't think there's a ton
There's some
of
space
space
in there.
around it. What?
I'm sure there's some space in there.
Yeah,
There
but
must
if you don't know how the plane works and you just run and grab onto a wheel and it
It
goes
depends
up,
on your
like,
position.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely
like you
depends
could
on-
very easily be on a part that has like zero clearance when it's
Yeah.
raining.
You just get smashed on.
Bro.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn. Damn.
Just to make this like imaginary gore.
No,
Yeah.
we should talk about these Samsung things though.
Oh, facts.
We should definitely talk about these Samsung things.
Mm-hmm.
Topic. Yeah. So basically, Samsung came out with their new gen watch and headphone, like Bluetooth wireless headphones.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, yeah, they look just like AirPods and the Apple Watch. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
No, you were showing us
Yeah.
the pictures earlier. The watch it's kind of close. It's like a very similar shape. I think the band is
like
more
exact- Yeah.
Yeah.
is more close.
It
And
really
how
gives
the
it-
band, like, it's a different mechanism, but the connection point looks the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is interesting. The headphones, like I was saying a little earlier, though, I think they get a little forgiveness for. Like,
Yeah,
they do
yeah.
look like AirPods, don't get me wrong, but the stem's different. It's a different size. It's a different shape.
Mm-hmm.
The top of it, the top half, is pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how much variation can you have there and
In
still be able to
headphones,
put it
yeah.
comfortably in an ear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say there's a potential that not much, and you want it to just look like that to fit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of fair game for the headphones. The watch is a lot more like, I feel like they're just copying what Apple did with the band.
Yeah, no, the band is crazy. Like the actual watch itself, it's like I could see it, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Like it's like, all right, it's its own watch.
It has
but then
two
the
buttons
band-
on the side. Does it have a
Yeah.
crown?
Yeah, I think so. I think it does.
Did they take the digital crown?
Yeah, they have a crown.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just smaller. Their crown's smaller.
I didn't know if it was a crown or a button.
It's probably both.
Well,
It's
yeah,
definitely-
but like, can you rotate it? I guess is what I wasn't sure
I think
about.
so.
Because
I think
it's
so.
honestly, that looks horrible to rotate. It's smooth.
Yeah.
It goes.
It doesn't have any like knurling.
Yeah. I don't know. Does it have buttons on the other side too, or is it just those two?
That's a lot of buttons for a smartwatch. Yours has two.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know if the
They already have a lot of.
Yeah, so
buttons
they
for a
technically have
smartwatch.
3 buttons with,
yeah
and the one's a crown too, right? Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, dude, they just didn't want to actually put the crown stuff on it, like the texture, because like
Yeah,
then it
no,
would
they
be
didn't
close.
add the
Yeah,
ridges.
yeah.
That'd be too close. You know what I'm saying?
For real. For
Well,
real.
have other smartwatches had like the crown?
I think
I
most
Like, is
of
it a
them
pretty
do.
consistent
yeah, I think it's
thing
like
across
actual,
all of them?
Yeah, because
Didn't
it's
the
like
Go- the-
I feel like it's a really good control for it.
yeah, no, I think most
Oh.
like I don't Garmin's does, Samsung's does.
yeah, like the crown.
Yeah.
That
Like-
makes sense. It's like, especially like since there's apps and shit on the watch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Well, you have to scroll through
Yeah,
things
just to
too. Like,
scroll.
how are you going to get to different pages? It is
No,
always
exactly.
going to be touch. What if your hand's wet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, whoever took it way back when might have taken it from Apple, or Apple might have taken it from someone and made the digital crown.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just reminds me of like the wheel on like the iPod.
Yeah.
That's
Facts.
that's what it's probably
I miss
Facts.
those click wheels.
It's nice. It's
If
a nice
only.
look on this too.
using, like the same
It's a nice little
function. You
click.
know?
Yeah.
Remember when you used to just be able to go through, you're just flipping through all your stuff,
Yeah.
just doing circle after circle, playing
It's
solitaire.
lit on this. Just
That was fun, man.
notifications.
That
It has
is
like a little
not the same
vibration.
thing.
But it has like a little vibration to it.
Is it upside down?
It's I have the crown facing this way.
Okay.
Because then otherwise I hit the buttons.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
So yes, kind of.
I mean, kind of. Yeah, kind of. It's not
Because it's-
technically upside down. It's just
Well, not
rotated.
technically, but it's always that way in Apple's pictures.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Speaking of, I might bring back my project of having the app that does the iPod scroll thing.
Does it not exist?
It doesn't, dude. It doesn't. So like there was one guy who tried to submit his app to the App Store and
Yeah.
then the app rejected it.
Oh dang.
Well, Apple probably doesn't want to.
Yeah, it's probably some copyrighted.
But I'm gonna try to do it. I'll see if I can try to submit it. Like so there's one that's similar. There's one that looks kind of similar, but it has like a red wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one that Apple approved.
I found one that's just a white wheel. It's a keyboard. Like you can add it to your keyboards
No dang.
and you can type with it.
I might do one where like it hooks up to Spotify.
It has
and then
23 5-star reviews.
You can scroll through Spotify or something like that.
Yeah,
you know,
that'll be sick.
like that.
To have like your playlist imported to it.
Yeah, you should get this one. Try this one out. 23 people think that keyboard's a great idea.
Oh, that's like a keyboard you can add.
Yeah, it's a keyboard. It's not a full app. And then you
Okay.
just type with it to like, there's a alphabet across
It's
the
like a
top,
dial.
and each click is
Oh,
like one
that's
letter.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't
Yeah,
know
but
how
I-
quick you're gonna type with it, but
Yeah,
You
I mean,
could.
that's a lot.
get the
Yeah,
sensation. you know?
yeah, facts.
Get your click wheel action. I don't know how great it works, but
But yeah, no, I think the Spotify one could be cool though if it hooks up to Spotify. That
Mhm.
might be fun.
Yeah.
I might try to do that. Like, because I built an app now, so I actually know how to build an app now. So I
Hey,
might try
facts.
to-
do it. I think Apple would be like, no. Then go put it on Google Play.
Yeah, I would just call
Yeah.
it like
Then go
vintage,
put it on
vintage
Google Play.
MP3 player.
yeah, I'm gonna try to legit submit it. But if I
Yeah.
can't submit it, I can put it on like test flight, and then you guys can download it.
Yeah, you can sideload
facts, Facts.
Yeah,
it. No, but like put it on Google Play too.
facts.
I
Yeah.
guarantee you there's
Yeah.
people with Android phones who had click wheel iPods.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Google would say no.
Yeah, Google doesn't really care.
I don't know the Google Play Store rules at all. I've heard people have had problems with them, but I don't think.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a lot
they're
more
easier
lenient.
than
Yeah,
Apple.
it's a lot more lenient.
Dude, but Apple's was pretty good, man. Like they were giving me like instant feedback, basically.
Mm,
Were
yeah.
they?
Submit my app, and then within 30 minutes, I would get a response.
Dang. Yeah. this
Were
is
they
like-
actually like saying things, or like were they like it was
Yeah, like-
denied and didn't tell you why?
They would tell you specifically what's wrong with it, and like they'd be like, "Yo, fix this, this, and this. It doesn't work,
Mhm.
or it doesn't like match like what we need." Like one thing, like basically my app didn't format to like the iPad. Like
Yeah.
every app needs to format to iPad.
Yeah.
Basically, the app that gets submitted. So then I basically had to fix that feature, and then I submitted it, and then they were like cool with it.
Yeah.
Dang. True.
Like they're really fast, dude. Even like 24 hours a day. I submitted it at like 10 o'clock at night, and then 30 minutes later they got back to me like it was approved. And I was like, oh shit,
Dang.
that's actually
I mean,
That's
I'm
like-
sure it's somewhat automated too.
Probably.
no. There was like a actual person. It like tells you who your reviewer is, and like they like test out features on it.
Oh
basically.
damn. That's
Yeah.
actually wild.
So
That's
you
like
have to
dude
give
in
them like
India.
a feature list.
Someone in China. It was someone in
some
China.
dude in yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was an actual person that like reviewed it real quick.
Mhm.
No, yeah, like some software tester.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they're just sitting there going, "Here's the list of things to do. Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
That's broken. That's broken.
Yeah, and it's actually cool. Like you can give them like a set of instructions of like how to use the app too.
Yeah.
Like you give them like the set. Okay, try out this feature, and this feature,
Yeah.
and then that person will go through each step and try to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Dang,
it's actually
that's
pretty
legit.
interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just make apps.
Yeah, dude. It's fun, man. It's fun. I feel like modern day app building is actually pretty legit.
Just make
Like,
an app that grows a tree on your phone. Like you start off, it's a little seed. Like a year later, you got a sapling.
Bobby, you could
Not a
easily,
bad-
you could
can
easily
just
make
watch it
it.
grow.
You
Not a
could
bad
make it.
I
That's a
know.
really easy app to make.
I know, that's
not
the
a bad
point.
idea at all.
I think
Yeah.
someone would download it.
Yeah, someone would.
Just
have
watch
like a
this
little
tree grow.
Yeah, tree.
Yeah, and just have it like as like an animated background, and it's just like going, you know?
Yeah.
That llama walks in every once in a while.
Yeah.
The llama.
You-
Dude, that might be-
There,
that
there
might
was
be
this
fun.
game where there was like a bunch of llamas and it was alpaca. It was an alpaca.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you'd evolve the alpacas. And yeah,
What game
yeah,
was
we'll
this?
just have that character walk by the tree. Every
What game
once in a
was
while.
this?
I don't remember the name of it. It was something
It's
alpaca
like-
or something.
It was like on my iPad. I feel like playing like some game like this on my iPad.
It was on. I think it was on the phone. Yeah,
True. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Damn,
Couldn't tell ya.
Some high school shit.
Yes, that was used to
Some
play
high
it in
school
class
shit.
in high school.
Yeah.
That fun run,
Yep.
Temple Run, good
Temple
old,
Run. Yes.
good old iPhone games.
Clash of
Wow.
Clans. But
But yeah, no, like definitely. If you want to make the click wheel app, dude, I will definitely download it. Can you make
Yeah.
it like do things, or is it just gonna be the click wheel?
So like I'm gonna make it hopefully connect to Spotify. If I can do that,
Okay.
it'll be-
yeah, do like Spotify, Apple Music.
I don't think I'll do Apple Music because they.
I don't think they allowed an API.
No, true.
But if there was, I would have do it. But yeah, Spotify definitely has an API.
I was gonna say like there's no app anywhere that accesses Apple Music except iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
So like yeah, that might be cool, dude. Like it'll literally just like have open your playlist
Yeah.
and you can just play your playlist. I think like search won't be a thing really, but I'll at least have that.
Just the
That'd be cool.
playlist.
Yeah, because I mean, how are you gonna search? Like, you're
What
gonna
do
do
you
the
mean?
scroll wheel search or something? Like,
Yeah. Have
Maybe
them
I'll do
type
it.
with it. You used
Maybe
to
I-
type
yeah,
on
force-
that. You used to
force them to
search on
type.
your iPod.
yeah, maybe that might be.
Yeah.
You could also just have a keyboard.
Or
pop
yeah,
up
just
if
have
you
like an
tap
actual
on the
keyboard.
text field.
Facts. Yeah, you could just you could also have like a choice.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, that should be kind of sick.
All right, dude.
There you
Yeah, I'm
go.
gonna try
That'd be kind of sick.
I actually think it'll give you a keyboard automatically if you have a text field because it's an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
unless you make people install a keyboard for
Mm-hmm.
the click wheel, it would just come up as the
Facts.
Regular keyboard.
regular
Yeah.
keyboard. But then you could control the rest of the app with it, maybe.
Probably build this in like 2 days. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Again. Let's.
I just think Apple's gonna be mad about the
iPod.
like if it's the same
Like,
click noise and if you say iPod, I don't think they'll like
Well,
it.
so, like I'm just gonna use like the click that's in the iPhone, right? Like whatever click that the iPhone does. I'm gonna
Wait,
try to
no,
use that.
you gotta
haptic-
make it the iPhone one or the iPod one.
Well, like the sound. I'm gonna make the sound the same. But the
Can I
in term-
record you the sound of my iPod Nano click wheel?
Yeah. Send that sound. I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to make the sound like the physical sound the same, but the haptic, right? You have to feel it too.
No,
I wanna-
the haptics, yeah.
Yeah. So the haptic will just be the iPhone haptic.
It was
But-
actually they had great haptics on those click wheels.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
It
That
was
you
so nice.
felt everything.
It was
Well,
so
even-
nice.
So, like,
Even not so on the older iPods they physically spun.
yeah.
On the newer iPods they were more digital, but they still had the haptics. Like
Yeah.
the ring didn't spin, you just drug your thumb around it.
Exactly.
But
you
it was
felt
still it still did it.
That was incredible, dude. I love the feeling of doing that.
Yeah. That's where the iPhone's haptics start.
Yeah, we're gonna.
The
we're gonna bring it
original
back.
haptic engine, the click wheel.
I'm gonna bring it back so we can all enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Do it.
Question is like how smooth I can make like the algorithm of like scrolling that thing. I wonder if there's something online that someone's done already.
What do you, like the acceleration? Like if I go around
Yeah, like
quick.
how fast? Yeah, exactly. Like how fast do you need to move your finger for, and how many, how many things will it scroll through? Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting that
Just
ratio right is going to be
Just like,
interesting.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it all away here. Just
Yeah.
on the ring, the virtual ring that
Oh,
you're
just be, like,
turning, make it
sensitivity,
a
right?
marker. No, just make a single point of marker on it in the code world. So every time it turns, it's over a different sector on a backplate. So then you can
Yeah.
divide the circle up into like 2-degree segments, and every time you hit it, the edge of a segment, it can hit it. So
Yeah,
then
it's
you
a
can
different
keep real
haptic.
time
Yeah,
speed.
no, I'm gonna do that, but the question is like how many segments exactly, right? Like that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Is like
like the
so like
resolution
how
of it.
many are you gonna skip through versus like what degree movement causes how many titles to
Yeah.
roll.
I don't think it needs acceleration though. Like it would be kind of cool, but like I don't think the click wheels ever had it.
The original wheel has like some kind of
Like
acceleration.
speed thing. Like if
'Cause
you
if
go
you-
fast
But
enough,
it'll
like,
you
never
just
get
feel it
it'll
quicker.
never get faster than your finger, will it?
It kind of continued, didn't it? If you like if you
If you
went through
let
it.
go, it'll continue the momentum. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So there is some kind of continuation.
So
Just like a free scroll.
you're gonna have to figure out how to code this, but that virtual wheel I was talking about, just add mass to it and have it
Oh, it would just be
continue to
like
spin.
I feel like it would just be like a mouse scroll.
Yeah.
It would just be the same like
Is there a function to just have a mouse scroll
Yeah.
trail off?
Yeah,
Like
maybe there is
decay?
Yeah.
the mouse scroll to the circle.
There
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
a library for that, but
you could legit
There
just
might- dude,
code it.
there
to
probably
be a
is like
scroll
I'm
wheel.
sure someone's done this wheel in Swift already, and I just need to take it.
yeah.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, exactly.
I'll just download the package which someone's made. So
Yeah.
I've done it.
That's one way to do it. Yeah.
But yeah, dude,
But-
just snag the scroll wheel package, and I should be good, dude.
Right.
Yep.
I'm excited
Dude,
to see it.
I got ChatGPT, man.
Next
ChatGPT.
week on BTC.
Yeah, dude. Next week, let's see. If
Demo?
I got it out. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
Facts.
excited.
No, that's actually like that's a project I've been like working on for a while. I remember I was doing it in React for a while,
Yeah.
but I actually know how to make a Swift app now, so I might as well actually do it.
No,
Facts.
yeah. Do it.
Facts.
I think it's cool.
Yeah. Let's see, dude. Next week. Let's
Hell
see if we
yeah.
got.
Next week. I'm
Oh,
excited.
yeah.
And let's
Yeah.
go ahead. I think wrap it up, get on out of here.
Yeah, it's about that time. Are we at an hour?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That was a nice
Um,
hour.
Yeah, no, we got
Smooth hour.
got some nice chats in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. We got a video hopefully coming out this
Yeah.
weekend.
We got some lit
We
shit
did this
coming
cool little scavenger hunt in the city on our bikes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if Parse knows about that. Maybe he does.
No, he does.
But
Yeah,
it was
it
pretty
does.
cool. It was a good
It was
time.
lit.
I think the video is going to be pretty cool. So stay tuned for
Cool.
that.
Yup.
Um,
I'm excited. I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah, no. We need to go get B-roll.
We
but
do. We do.
Remember that. We have a plan. Parse, you got anything coming out?
Yeah, dude. Look out for shorts, and
Hey.
I literally have like a halfway done script of a full video, so I need to get that.
Hey.
I need to get
Just
the script
finish
done.
it, shoot it, edit it, upload it.
So once
Oh,
I get that done, I'll have that video basically ready too. So look out
Hey,
for that.
hey,
Fight.
hype. Keep an eye out.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone got a quote to end us out on?
I was about to say. Let me see if I got something written down. I don't think I do, though.
Did I say one last week about something? Oh, I was looking up character quotes from TV shows.
Oh.
That's what I was doing. Like horrible character quotes. That I didn't say it.
Let's
So you
see.
got something or no?
Let me see if I got something.
I feel like we haven't had a Parse quote in a while.
Yeah, Parse, you got a quote?
I do have one.
Oh, yeah.
oh.
Oh. Now that you're prepared.
Let me see if I can pull up a different one for a sec. If not, I'll just use this one. All right, let's read it. Where is it? All right. It doesn't make sense that you're born more important, and there's no reason for someone to be born a slave.
Hey.
That's a One Piece